Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new PlayNow. Yes, I know I promised some Forza. I'm still gonna do something with it somewhere down the line. But for now, we have a game that honestly I didn't think I need to make a show about it because there's two types of people in the world. Well, there's several types of people, but in this particular case, people can be boxed into two categories. Those who play flight simulator games, in this case Microsoft Flight Simulator, and those who don't. People who play these kinds of games don't need shows like this, because they already play them. They will play them in spite of what everybody tells them. Even if it's something, that may be a bit valid, like, hey, how come this game sells better looking, more detailed airports separately? I mean, it's not even day 1 DLC, it's day minus 1000 DLC. It's something that everybody else in the gaming community will not really be comfortable with. The idea that, this game came out and look, that airport, that location that you may visit has a version of it that you have to pay for, which looks better. It's not dead. There's things moving around. It'd be like buying the next Elder Scrolls and seeing in one city all the NPCs acting like they would in Morrowind, meaning standing around doing nothing. And you could pay for an upgrade for them to at least do the things they did in Skyrim. Now, for the vast majority of people, that would be unthinkable. To the people that are used to paying through the nose for a flight sim, for anything related to a flight sim, that is okay. Because it's still less expensive than buying a Cessna. So let's go into the actual, we have a marketplace. Of course, you can actually buy stuff that's made by people, and I mean real actual humans, for a lot of money. Or you can buy the thing that's made by Microsoft. Well, it's the studios that make this thing for Microsoft. You can pay basically 502 RON. That would be over $100. That's $120 for the full version of the game, the premium upgrade. The premium deluxe upgrade. What's the difference? This one's more expensive, but it's just premium. It's not premium deluxe. It's weird. There's deluxe. There's premium deal. Anyway, so let's get back to the. You can also buy. I think these are. These may be made by the community, I guess. I'm under the assumption that you will be able to sell community mods in this section, hopefully. I think so. Apart from it being a massive money hole, what is this game? Well, for one, I'm not sure if the video is recording properly because it runs in the Microsoft Windows Xbox for Windows Live 10 Games Pass Store app. UWF. Universal Windows Platform thing format. It's running in that thing, so I'm not sure if it's actually looking. It actually looks okay. According to the preview, it kind of does. Hopefully, by looking at the preview, I didn't just screw over everything. But apart from that, it can also be a demanding video game in terms of resources. Running this on mostly medium, apart from some things like light shafts and other stuff that you can only see when you're high up, like you can only enjoy when you're high up. Basically, the higher you get, as elevation I mean, the less demanding the game will be. And since most planes have a really high ceiling of flight, you should only have problems running this on an RX 480. As long as you don't expect to get 60 frames a second. So let's go to by the way, you have a lot of options to, activities, flight training, course, I don't know what it is, but I just basically go here and fly around my city with a variety of planes. You can even sync yourself to real life weather and air traffic and other players, or you can select custom settings. I'm gonna go with live. I'm gonna pick my home city. We don't have an airport. We have an airdrome, which is a tiny little thing. I hope... No, I didn't select it. Set as departure. Did not select it again. Set as departure. Okay, so I have to click on the runway, set as departure, and now it's there. Now I can also select an arrival point, which I won't because I just want to run around like an idiot doing nothing. And I can select from a bunch of planes. This is too big. This is... Actually, I think this would be best. This or the Cessna. Let's see what else we have. We have also this little thing. This is even nicer. This thing barely runs. I crashed in so many buildings with it. The game gives you a lot of options when it comes to exactly how close to life you would want the simulation to be. And I chose it to be easy because I'm playing this with a gamepad. I don't have a... Well, I do have a joystick that was made in the summer of 1850. It's got a resolution on the stick of about 5 kilometers, I guess. It's not a very good joystick. Had it for years. It's a knockoff of the Logitech 3D ones. Okay, so we're in the cockpit, and oh my god, I think the recording may be killing it. Hopefully it will not kill it, and it will let me at least take off. So when you're in the cockpit, you can actually look at everything, and everything here works. Everything here works, and that's beautiful. Well, some of them don't do anything. No smoking, yeah. Like you could probably add a mod for that, like that lets you smoke. Set alternate air on. I don't know what that actually does. I'm gonna turn up the audio a bit. See, when I move this, I move the stick. It's nice. Looking over the panel while texting. Yeah, sorry. You can also look up or look down. You can't actually see much outside of the aircraft right now because I'm under it. I'm under the cockpit right now. Let's actually go to external view. When you go to external view, you get this thing. Everything is in nautical and in imperial, so I have no clue what my altitude is because it's in feet and there's no option to change it. I guess they don't really focus on European stuff, I guess. So I'm just gonna accelerate. Hopefully take off. First, take off the brake. Okay, no, can you? Okay. This is actually a bit faster than the Cessna is. So let's hope I can get the speed quickly enough before the runway runs out. And I got off. That's nice. Can I stow away the gear? Okay, the gear is stowed. That's the moon. That's where the moon actually is right now in the world. What really impressed me about this thing, apart from it probably going to crash if I do something, is that you can have all sorts of maps. See this thing? You can have this kind of map. And I can pop this out to my second monitor. I won't do that because it may crash everything, but I can do that. I can actually have, in the year 2020, a PC game. Get a computer game that takes into account the possibility that I may have multiple monitors, or dare I say, a monitor with a big enough resolution where I can run the game at a small resolution because I don't have a good graphics card, and then have the extra bits, the auxiliary informational thing as side windows. That's a design. I think I'm kind of crashing right now because I'm going very, very slowly. That's a design decision. That's design innovation we haven't seen since the Apple Macintosh, the first one, or actually the Apple II GS, because that one had a GUI as well. Remember when games let you actually move windows around? Remember when games had windows for their interfaces? Remember when game interfaces weren't utter crap? Those were magical times, people. Magic. Wizardry, sorcery. We do not live in those ages anymore. You're seeing it here because this is not a video game. This is a flight sim. It's something that you can go into and relax a bit after a day at work, and you can just fly around the city and think to yourself, yes, I know where you live. One day I will come for you. You with your busking boots. You Billy Rook. That's a great song, by the way. It's better than the original. Though some would say that this is the original. Anyway, back to the game at hand. As I was saying, interface design. This one has a properly good interface. It's the kind of interface you're not going to see in a lot of games because a lot of games are just console ports. And yeah, this is available on consoles, but the meat and potatoes, the people that actually spend ungodly amounts of money on this kind of thing, they're on the PC side. Apart from that Battle something mech game, the one that came with a $100 or $200 twin joystick setup, that thing. Apart from that, not really a lot when it comes to extra peripherals that only work with one genre of games on consoles. Okay, there's racing games, but apart from that, you're not going to have the same kind of insanity you do with PC simulators. You just won't have that. And this is my hometown, by the way. A couple of things to note: we don't have any kind of these houses. These houses, with the angled roofs, we don't have that. I'm living in a communist dystopia. It's this kind of building. See that one right under me? That's the kind of thing we have. Only not as beautifully colored. We have gray. Lots of gray. You can sort of think about it as if you've played PUBG, the buildings on the first map, the one that they had initially, those kinds of things. That's what we have. We don't have these angled roofs. These look somewhat nice. We have depressing stuff. We have terrible stuff. When it comes to the actual accuracy of the simulation of the flight system, I guess it's okay. Running this on easy because I don't want to just crash non-stop. And when it comes to the accuracy to which the city was modeled, well, it's on the background, like on the floor, you're gonna see basically a map that's taken from Google Earth or from OpenStreetMaps or something. And on top of that, they had an AI generate some buildings, approximately, and it's accurate-ish enough. It gets most things right. It knows that this is a shopping complex. That's the old Metro. That's the old Praktiker, now owned by, I think, what was it? Not Didamon, the other one. Brico Store. Yeah, those are the ones that bought Praktiker. It does fine enough job. Oh god, I'm gonna crash. That's a fine enough job. Get up. Oh, god damn it. Now, because I'm running this on easy, I won't actually explode. But this does happen from time to time. Also, this plane is made for acrobatics and really does not like to be, flown at low altitudes like that. Oh dear. I may have to restart the flight, which is fine. Come on, get up. Get up, you limey bastard. Actually, I don't know if you're a limey bastard. You're just a plane. Restart. Actually, do I have... No, I don't have any way to flip it over. It's not that kind of game. It's not an action game. It's a game where you actually, fly the plane. And the objective is to fly the plane to where the plane needs to be flown. It's just that. Nothing more. Let's get it up again. Come on, fly again. Apply full throttle, keep the aircraft straight. Did it. Don't think there's a landing gear involved. Or maybe there is. Actually, I think, no, there isn't. So let's get back to the task at hand, meaning the plane, getting it back to the city. Because I want to show you people something that really excites me about my city, my town. Something that has filled me with joy in the past 2 years. And hopefully will fill me with more joy when it's actually done. But until we get there, let's actually try and pilot this from the cockpit. This is sort of giving me a bit of a Red Baron feel. Remember, what was Wings of Glory? Man, I spent a long time looking for that game. There used to be... Remember when they used to make games like Strike Commander and Wing Commander and Wings of Glory? You know, those kinds of games where you'd have a flight game where you do missions, you get rewards. You'd even have a component where it was about running a business or something, and sometimes you had choices to make in missions, or at least the performance you had during the missions would affect the outcome of the story or something. Remember when they used to have patrol missions in those games and they sort of went away? Like, nobody does patrol missions anymore. I kind of wish that MechWarrior 5 did. MechWarrior 5 haven't been able to play it since I got the new monitor because it doesn't do that resolution. The video card, I mean, it just can't. It tries its darndest, but oh boy, it's. I just hope that the new GeForce series is not gonna cost an arm and a leg, and a couple of feet and some kidneys, and that it's not the power hungry monstrosity that the 3090 sort of sounds like it is. So we're getting close. This is the wastewater purification thing. It's in our town. It turns our poop into water, I guess, and sends it to Galatz. Galatz is there, by the way. They sort of drink our poop water. And this, my friends, this is where they're making a bridge. And I know that the game put a house here. There's no house. They're building a bridge here. A bridge. Actually, the bridge is a bit more to the left. They're building a bridge over the Danube. Soon we're gonna have a bridge, an entire gosh darn bridge over the Danube. Actually, the bridge should be around here. So okay, so I guess it's not actually kind of the exact. I think the map is a bit out of date, like 2-3 years, because the bridge is gonna be here. I can like right here. This is where they're building the bridge, and it's gonna be great, guys. We're gonna have a bridge. We've been wanting a bridge here for 50 years. The communists didn't give us a bridge because we would have gotten ideas like, oh, we have a bridge. Maybe we can bridge the world and bring it together, which is totally against what the communists stood for. Ours, at least. Well, communism in general. Sounds like a good idea on paper, but when the Bolsheviks got involved, it sort of turned into the exploitation of the people by the government. You know, like capitalism. Or democracy. Or that fake thing that the US has, where they outlaw voting. So let's dive into some buildings. As I said, the game doesn't really do a good job of modeling the actual buildings in a city, because it takes these from a general deposit of buildings, a general storage catalog of buildings. And a lot of these do not fit. Like these, yeah, these are depressing as hell. That is absolutely the terror in which this town resides. But these ones, the other ones are not. It would really have helped if they had made sort of regional, I guess, building types, or defined that some regions can only have access to some types of buildings, because, like I said, the angled roof ones, those do not exist in Romania, at least not in my neck of the woods, in my poverty-stricken communist hellscape of a neck of the woods. It has. They're building parks now. We have a couple of parks. Not a lot of them, you know. We have asphalt and lighting at night, so we have that. It's nice, I guess. It's better than being demoted to a commune instead of a city. So this is what Brela looks like, but the buildings aren't yellow. They're like this grayish. What's the word? The grayish beige, not beige. Actually, it would be sort of grayish beige kind of thing. And it's terrible. It's depressing as hell and terrible. Not even sure where I am right now. Somewhere, I guess. I think this would be where they put that new residential neighborhood that doesn't have water or electricity. Because we have that as well. Some land developers, some property developers suckered a bunch of people into buying houses that don't have sewage, water, electricity, but hey, they were modern houses. People could live the American dream now. Suckers. Actually, I think we're out of Brela right now. Yeah, we're coming close to the mall, which was mostly half visited, half filled with the people from Galatz, because up until like 3 years ago, they didn't have a mall. They didn't have a cinema in their city with over 200,000 people. They didn't have a cinema. We had one, like even in the city. Technically, this isn't in the city. It's outside of the city. But we have this one as well. So that's nice. And this is the Versatura area, which is probably going to be gobbled up by Brela when it expands a bit more. This is I think this is the small island of Brela. I think. I know that's the big island. Like the thing there with all the crop areas, agricultural zones. That is a very, very fertile land, which is currently being rented out for like 50 years or something by some guy, some sheik or some prince from the I think it was the United Arab Emirates. Is growing food for camels, not for people, camels. So we sort of gave him the land, well, rented it, leased it, something. It's yeah, you could have probably used it to grow our own crops, but them camels need to eat. But aliens don't. Because they're bastards. And I mean, Brelanians are bastards, most of them. Goddamn bastards. All of them. Ah. But anyway, this has been the I guess you could call it a PlayNow of Flight Simulator 2020. It's a nice enough game. I guess you could call it a game. You consider yourself challenges, and there are challenges in the extra modes. But it's it's a sim. You sim. A sim doesn't need to be anything more than a sim. It sims. It's like a stug. It stugs. That's a Flammenwerfer joke for you, because there was the May thing with this is a Flammenwerfer. It werfs Flammen. And this is a stug. It stugs. Well, me and Vlad think it's funny. So there's that. Probably going to be back with Battletoads came out. The same week as this thing. It came out of nowhere. It was shocking to see it released. I didn't really hear a lot of fanfare about it. Mostly because I don't think people enjoy it. I played a bit of it, and it's no Double Dragon Neon, if you get what I mean. If you don't, just wait a couple of minutes I'm gonna go start recording the other show that's about Battletoads. So, should you buy this? Well, I don't know. I actually haven't bought it. I got the Xbox for Windows Games Live, Microsoft Store, Game Pass, Windows 10, Xbox Live service thing. And I paid £1 for it. And if I cancel it by the end of the month, I'm not going to pay more for it. And I get all the games they released. So it's... for me, it's been a good deal. I got to visit the Danube Delta again, which is something I can't do due to the virus and the poverty thing. But that's maybe getting better. We'll see. Hopefully. Probably. But should you buy this? Again, I'm going back to what I said at the beginning. If you play flight sims, you probably already bought this. You're probably not even watching the show. Why would you? You're playing this. You're in this. You built a cockpit in your own living room. You don't need me to tell you about this. If you don't play them, well, it still has some value to it. Like if you put it to easy and you don't have to grapple with the controls, it's still an okay game. An okay sim. It's something that will let you traverse the world and see it in detail, in beautiful, beautiful detail, from pretty much any elevation you want to, from high in the heavens, above the clouds, to right at ground level, where I was kind of hoping they would have, modeled some dog turds as well, to give it that rustic, urban, Romanian, Brailanian feel to it. That house over there is way too fancy for Braille, but this thing, yeah, this is us. Apart from not everybody has the fancy shutters on the windows. Also, could have been a bit more grimy, and the entrance door is a bit too nice and too wide. Like people could actually fit through it, and not die. But there's no on-ramp for access ramp for people with wheelchairs, so that sort of tracks with our record on that. So I'll be back with Battletoads. Oh yeah, videos coming up on Libri one day before the YouTube, or a couple of hours. Depends on when Raul has time to put them up. So take care, everybody. This is nice. I mean, yeah, I'm currently standing upside down and still have my thing spinning. Actually, I can't press Control-Shift-E because that's the overlay for Radeon. And even though it's not bound to anything, well, even though the thing is bound to is disabled, it will still override this one. So it's a weird thing. So I'll be back soon. Goodbye. Take care.